Hi, Ryan Neal from the USA offices of Neal's Saddlery and Harness, Cowboy Sewing Machines, and HighTex Sewing Machines. And here we're going to do a little demonstrational video on our WEB911-7X machine. The WEB911-7X machine is an absolutely perfect machine for sewing longitudinal lengths of strap as well as sewing patterns on individual straps. This machine is used predominantly for sewing heavy lifting slings where we need to sew multiple layers of nylon webbing together in different widths. Anywhere from 2 to approximately 8 inches wide is what the width of webbing that this machine will handle. Now you can see here we've set up this particular sling to have an open eye end termination, and we've sewn a diamond pattern across this to go ahead and secure these layers together so that this doesn't come apart. This is used a lot in lifting applications. But not only can the machine sew basic patterns such as these, it can also sew along the entire length of the webbing, all the way down the webbing in an endless and continual fashion. So the advantage of something like that is that we can sew 30 meters worth of webbing and down the entire length, and we can sew them in the middle, and we can also sew them on the far side on the other side, down the entire length of webbing to hold these pieces together, so it makes it very easy to create a sling. I'm going to set this aside over here, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about the advantages of the bobbin and the bobbin case for this machine. This is the bobbin case that fits the WEB911-7X. This is a 7 times capacity bobbin case. It holds 7 times the amount of thread as compared to a standard machine. So you can see here we've got a huge amount of thread that we can load onto this bobbin and bobbin case. And then I'm going to take a minute here and show you guys another interesting feature for this machine, and that is that we have sensors that are installed on each individual bobbin. What those sensors do is as this bobbin spins, there's a reader in there that reads the alternation between the black area and the blue area. And what happens is as this spins, when the bobbin runs out of thread, it stops spinning. When the sensor no longer reads the alternation between black and blue, it actually will turn the machine off and it will allow you to stop the machine so that you can set, or rather change the bobbin. So the machine will automatically stop and allow you to change the bobbin and the bobbin case, and then you can continue sewing. The advantage of something like this is that an operator can run 2 or 3 individual machines all at the same time. As soon as the machine runs out of bobbin, he can go over, change the bobbin, then move on to the next machine, change the bobbin. The machine stops and it doesn't disrupt the sewing cycle. So now I'm going to give you a very quick demo. We're going to go ahead and get this machine sewing on this long strap here, and then as soon as it stops sewing, I'm going to take the piece out and show you what it did. So here we go. I'm just going to go ahead and press the start button here. All right, so now you guys can see we've sewn the complete pattern. We've done our little IN termination right here. We've got our box patterns going all the way down to secure this IN termination and sewn all the way down the strap. So you can see that this does a very, very good job. Now, if you guys were watching the video, you can see all the different points of automation and all the different points of articulation on this machine. Notice also that the entire sewing machine head has the ability to move front and back. This is a very, very nice piece of equipment. It eliminates a tremendous amount of labor, and it is a very, very labor-saving and also cost-effective device. WEB911X sewing machine, 7X sewing machine. I'm Ryan Neal from the offices of Neal's Saddlery and Harness, Cowboy Sewing Machines, and HighTex Sewing Machines. If you have any additional questions on this machine, please feel free to give me a call directly. I can be reached at area code 330-692-1418, and I do thank you for your time today.